brace yourselves, guys, hold your horses, clutch your pearls. Today I'm gonna be telling you some of the craziest things that have happened to me as an OnlyFans and unfiltered creator. Now, as you guys know, I have been on Unfiltered and OF for nearly 5 years at this point, and there have been some things that have happened to me while being a creator on those sites that would literally make you question humanity and also help you understand why aliens don't visit us. By the way, it might look like I've been crying. Yes, I'm just kidding. I haven't been crying. I have freaking allergies. I sound horrible. My eyes are probably red and tearing up, but like, hopefully this will be enough of a distraction. Let's talk about one of the most recent crazy things that has happened to me on my spicy page, and that is an ex-boyfriend of mine was following me, and it happened in the strangest way. I was on my page one day, I was just chatting, doing my thing, posting pictures, looking cute, making money. All of a sudden I get a message from somebody and we're talking, no red flags. Then I notice that this person uses a particular word that I generally don't hear people using. So I'm like, that's weird. And I'm not gonna say what word, because you know what? Odds are if he's on my spicy page, he's probably also here, but I'm on to him. And just for like the hell of it, I decided I was gonna check this person's username because he had like an alias as his screen name. And it's like a name with like a series of numbers afterward. And I look at the numbers and I put 2 and 2 together and I realized that those numbers are his birth date. So that pretty much like 100% confirmed it to me that this was my ex-boyfriend on my spicy page. And instead of confronting him, I was like, no, like this guy kind of screwed me over. Let me get my money back. I think in the matter of a few months of being subscribed to my page and talking to me, I made about $10,000 off of just like custom content for him. And it was just really, really weird because I think that there were times in our conversation where he really wanted to tell me who he was. Like even at one point he was like, oh, I'd love to meet up with you. I'd love to have a date with you. And I was like, yeah, but that's never gonna happen because I'll literally know who you are then. When we broke up, I was like 100% done with him. So it was just like really crazy. And all of the content that he was asking for was like girlfriend experience stuff. So it wasn't even like nudity or anything crazy. It was literally just like videos of me like pretending to have dinner with him. So I was like, wow, this is like actually kind of sad. Like you must really miss me, but also you should. But yeah, if he's watching this, hi, I know it's you. You think I'm stupid? Come on. The next crazy thing that happened is something that happened recently. And if I'm just gonna put it bluntly, my image was responsible for an elaborate scam against a 70-year-old man with Parkinson's disease, which sounds so messed up, but hear me out. So one day, I'm on my spicy page and I noticed that I have a new subscriber and I noticed that he has left a comment. So I'm like, oh, great, interaction. Let's interact back. On the comment and he is asking me if I know him. That's a little weird. And then he comments a second time and he says, I've been chatting with a lady using your photos on Facebook and I just want to know the truth. And I'm like, oh God, here we go again. I have been at the center of a romance scam before. I literally had a man fly across country thinking he was going on a date with me, but in fact he was talking to a Nigerian guy on Facebook. I don't know why this keeps happening to me. I guess I don't give off like scam vibes. Like this face does not look like it could scam people. Let me know if you guys think I give off like I won't scam you vibes. I don't know. So I actually end up messaging him and he's very confused. I could see that he's a little bit upset and that like the world is crashing around him because he had been talking to somebody using my photos but using a different name than me on Facebook. The person, I think her name was like Kathy fucking Springfield. I don't know. I'm gonna insert image right here. Can you imagine this scammer's audacity to not just use pictures of me, but also pictures of my grandma? I'm sorry, but if you involve my grandma in your scamming, you and I were gonna have beef. He told me that he had sent some money to this person. He told me that they had become like really close friends and developed this like virtual type of friendship relationship, and I was kind of horrified because he also lets me know that he has Parkinson's disease. So it's like this scammer really is like next level diabolical. Like how can you do this to a person who is sick and vulnerable? When he first messaged me, I sent him like videos and voice notes because I was like, oh, watch this scammer Jedi mind trick this guy and try to convince him that I'm the scammer. So I was like, no, I'm gonna make it very clear that I am the real me, not Kathy from Idaho. Anyway, me and and this person are now friends on my spicy page, and he's really nice. And I think that he's still like going through like the shock of being lied to for an entire year, but I also feel like he's enjoying my content and he's kind of happy that he like stumbled across the spicy page. I'm sure it must be weird to be talking to like this person and then all of a sudden you're on my spicy page and like you see my butthole and you're like, whoa. The next crazy thing has actually happened multiple times, and it always happens in a different way. But in one particular situation, it happened in such a crazy way that it just still blows my mind. I was talking to a guy for almost a year on my spicy page. We had become friends, we were exchanging voice notes. He had spent a pretty good deal of money on my content. He was a fan of 90 Day Fiancé, and honestly, he was always pretty respectful. Let me just preface this, guys, with saying that he claimed he was single. I believe that. Honestly, it would make no difference to me if he was or wasn't. Like, if you're there to just enjoy content, that's great. But this guy made it very clear that he was single and he was interested. So some time goes by, and then one day I wake up, I go to check my messages, and I notice that I have a message from somebody on his account, but it is not him. It is his, drumroll, wife. And she sends me this massive paragraph, and she basically says, I got a hold of my husband's laptop. I went onto his OnlyFans. He told me that he was on there for fitness content, and I had my doubts, and now I can confirm that those doubts were in fact there for a reason. She told me that she scrolled up like for about a year's worth of conversations between me and him, and she said that she was going to be filing for divorce and that she was done with him. But then she also had some very choice words for me, and she called me a whole list of horrible derogatory names that you could call a woman who does this sort of content. And I was actually kind of shocked because I was like, why is this my fault? Anyway, I decide to handle this in the most rational and professional way possible, and that is to just like click X, get on out of there, and just move on with my day, move on with my life. But then things got even weirder. I wake up, I log into my account again, and I have another message from this man's wife. And I'm honestly still shocked that the account is still up, because like usually when a guy gets caught by like a girlfriend or a wife or his mom, or I don't know, he ends up like deleting his account, but the account was still there. And she messages me and she's like, hey, I just like want to talk. I want to ask some questions. Like, I think we're going to work things out. I think we're going to stay together, but I just really want to like understand like why he's on this site. Go for it. Like, what kind of clarity do you need? And basically she tells me that they had not had relations in like years. And then she started asking me for like certain pictures of lingerie that I wear that I knew that he liked. And as a businesswoman, I was like, I'm not gonna send those pictures for free. So I was sending the pictures to her. And then oddly enough, I could feel that she was like getting really into it too. She was like starting to compliment me and tell me that I'm like the dream woman, and that she can see why her husband was talking to me. And I was like, oh my God, you know what? Y'all don't need to be on a spicy page right now. Y'all need to be in a psychiatrist's office. And I am not a licensed professional. Anyway, after about 2 weeks of me talking to her and sending her content and her like saying she has a crush on me, the account ended up being deleted. And I do like to think that to this day, they are still happily together. And maybe in some odd, strange, weird way, I am responsible for saving their marriage. Oh my God. Anyway, so those are some of the craziest things that have happened to me on my spicy page. What do you guys think? What are your thoughts and feelings about girls who do spicy content? Like I said, I've been doing this for like almost 7 years now, and I did create my own platform called Unfiltered for creators. So I was able to create an entire business from this type of content. I know a lot of people look down on it and think negatively of it, but you know, it is just another job. It is just a way to pay the bills. And I happen to like what I do a lot, and it's not the only thing I do. I'm also on social media. I'm running multiple social media accounts. I'm a jack of all trades, I guess you could say. That's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you do want to go check out my spicy page, that will be linked down below. So go check it out. Make sure to click the thumbs up. Make sure to leave me a comment. Mwah, booby shake, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.